When I was 12 years old, I knew exactly what I wanted to do for a living. I wanted to make maps. I collected maps. I used to go on my bicycle and ride around the neighborhood, sketch on paper where I'd been. So I went to college, Central Michigan University, got a degree in cartography, and I was ready to show the world my passion for maps. But then I became an adult. And I sent out applications and I thought, oh, these mapping jobs are in other states. I'm kind of comfortable with my people in Michigan. And, I'm comfortable inside my little box. And I settled for a job in land surveying. Now, land surveying was great, but as each year went by, I thought, oh man, my passion is maps. And each year I thought, it's been too long, I can't get back into maps again. Fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests, and anyone who put yourself in a box and didn't go after your childhood passion. Thankfully, 2 years ago, my path changed. You see, the Toastmaster International President, President Mohammed Murad, came to Lansing, and he delivered a message for me. He said, Toastmasters, it doesn't matter how many years of opportunities you've missed, because I can guarantee you that opportunities, well, they're going to keep coming across your path every day. And your job, yes, your job, is to reach out there and grab one of those opportunities. And I knew he was talking to me. And the next day, after 18 years in land surveying, I stepped out of my box and I applied to a job in mapping. Now, I wish I could say that I got that first job, but I didn't. In fact, over the next year, I sent out 10 applications. I got 4 interviews, but I did not get any jobs because it turned out it had been too long. The people that were getting the jobs had been going to college and getting bachelor's and master's degree very recent. So I was a little depressed that I'd spent a year, of my life going after these opportunities, and I considered quitting right then and just staying in surveying. But I didn't. I said, hey, I've got an opportunity. I'll apply to college and I'll take some more mapping classes. Now, it was at this time that a real great opportunity came, but I didn't see it. You see, my supervisor sent an email out to the 4 technicians in my unit asking who would like to do a PowerPoint on hydraulic surveying. There's a conference at the end of the month. I ignored that opportunity because I thought, mapping is my thing. That's my passion, not surveying. Plus, I'm not good at PowerPoints. I'm afraid to speak in front of all these surveyors that I know, so I'm not going to do it. As I was walking at lunch, I thought, oh my gosh, this is an opportunity. Just like Mohammed Murad said, opportunities come across your path every day. And remember how I limited myself when I was younger and said, oh, I can't do that. I said, hey, maybe I need to take this opportunity. So I did. I went back to the office. I accepted the opportunity to give that PowerPoint. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I was frightened. I don't like PowerPoints. They don't work sometimes. And plus, I was going to give it to 100 people, and these were surveyors who knew me all these time but didn't really hear me speak too often. So when I got up there, my knees were knocking, and I was giving the presentation. Some of the PowerPoint wasn't going exactly as I'd hoped. But my experience at Toastmasters kicked in, and I began to really present a good presentation. And they began to ask questions in the audience, and they began to clap for me, and I felt great. In the end, 2 people actually came up to me and said, Greg, that Toastmasters has really helped you. You are really good at presenting. So I felt great. I began to think, man, this is something I wasn't going to do 2 weeks ago. So then I began to look for opportunities to challenge myself. Step outside my box. Someone would say, hey, Greg, Robert has a broken arm, and he does this computer-aided design. Do you think you could help me with that? And now, while I hadn't done the CAD in 20 years, I said, yeah, let me do it. And you know what happened? Every time I would step up to the challenge and I would complete the opportunity. And I began to get more and more self-confidence and realizing, why did I always, pass the buck to someone else? I can do these things. So when I had my next interview in mapping, it was in a mapping job. I answered all the questions because the interview questions were: name a time when you had obstacles and you overcame. Name a time when you did some technological program that you haven't done in a long time. And I had answers for every question. So when they offered me the job in the mapping, June 1st, 2016, I accepted. And I can tell you it's been totally worth the reward of risk. So what is my message to you? If you are inside your box, you know, maybe you had a passion when you were a kid and you thought, yeah, that's what I'm going to do, but you limited yourself when you became an adult. You lost your dreams. I can tell you and I can guarantee you opportunities are going to keep coming right across your path every day. And your job, like mine, your job is to reach out there and grab those opportunities. And I pretty much can promise you, you're going to surprise yourself by what you can do in meeting those challenges. All you got to do to get out of your box is take that first one little step. Mr. Toastmaster,